Hello everyone, welcome to Exam Lexicon. Today we are going to solve a CAT 2019 Slot 1 DI set called the vendor problem. But before we start, let me just ask you guys to subscribe to our channel if you already haven't done it yet. So the question set, there are 5 vendors being considered for a service. The evaluation committee evaluated each vendor on 6 aspects: cost, customer service, features, quality, reach, and reliability. Each of this each of these evaluations are on a scale of 0 to 100, with 0 being the worst and 100 being perfect. The evaluation scores on these aspects are shown in the radar chart given below. For example, vendor 1 obtains a score of 52 on reliability. Vendor 2 obtains a score of 45 on features, and vendor 3 obtains a score of 90 on cost. So let us just start by putting down all the important information given to us in the question. There are 5 vendors being considered for a service. The evaluation committee is evaluating them on 6 different aspects, being cost, reliability, reach, quality, features, and customer service. The evaluations are on a scale of 0 to 100, with 0 being the worst and 100 being the best. Evaluations are given to us in a radar chart with each vendor represented by a different line. So as we can see, just above the chart we have all the vendors, with vendor 1 being represented by a light blue dotted line, vendor 2 being represented by a dashed orange line, vendor 3 being represented by a black line, vendor 4 being represented by a yellow line, and vendor 5 being represented by a dark blue dashed line. Okay, so getting down to the questions in this set, the first question is, on which aspect is the median score of these 5 vendors the least? Okay, they have given us 4 aspects. So for solving this question, we know that median is any middle number, is the middle number in a sorted ascending or descending list of numbers. Okay, and since there are 5 vendors, so the middle number will be the third number, so we have to find the third highest score for all the mentioned aspects. Okay, so we can start noting that from the diagram one by one and then compare them. So for cost, as you can see from the arrow just came up, vendor 1 has the third highest score, just below 80, so we can take that to be approximately 78. Okay, next, for quality, vendor 3 has a median score of just above 60. As you can see from the arrow, it's just above the 60 line, so we can take it to be 61. For reliability, vendor 1 has a median score of 52. This was also given to us in the question. And last, for customer service, vendor 3 has the third highest score of 50. As you can see, it's exactly on the 50 mark, right? So we can easily conclude that customer service has the lowest median score out of these given aspects. Hence, our answer is D. For the next question, a vendor's final score is the average of their scores on 6 aspects. Which vendor has the highest final score? The options are vendor 1, 3, 4 and 2. So we don't need to calculate for vendor 5 as it's not given into the options. Okay. So for solving this, let us just calculate all the total score of these vendors and see which one has the highest score. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just pointing out all the scores for vendor 1. So for cost, you can see it has the score around 78. For reliability, it has the score around 52. For reach, it is exactly on the 80 line, so we are taking it to be 80. For quality, we take the score to be just above 70, so we can take it approximately to be 72. For features, it is just on the 40 mark, so we'll take it as 40. And for the last, customer service, it is showing to be 55. It's just in the middle of 40 to 50. So if we just note it down, vendor 1 score is equal to 78 plus 52 plus 80 plus 72 plus 40 plus 55, which is coming out to be 377. Next option was vendor 3. So for vendor 3, we'll again start by cost, which is showing to be exactly on 90. Then reliability, which is just above the middle, so we'll take it to be around 76, middle of 70 and 80. Next, it is just above the 60 point mark, so we'll take it to be 62. And for quality, it is just below the 60 mark, so we'll take it to be 58. For features, it is exactly on the 50 mark, so we are taking it to be 50. Sorry, for customer service it is on 50, and for features it is on 58, whereas for quality again it was on 62. So for vendor 3, if we calculate its total, we get the total to be 398. Okay, so we're going I'm just erasing this and putting out the scores of vendor 1 and 3 so that it does not get, it stays clear. You can see where I am pointing at. Next, so yeah, so the next option is vendor 4. So we'll again start by cost. So the score is just above 70, so we'll take it to be 71. Next, for reliability, its score is just below like 30, so we are taking it to be 26. Okay, then for reach, it is showing to be around 45, like it's just in the middle of 40 and 50. For quality, it is showing to be around exactly on the 40 mark, so we are taking it to be 40. For feature, it is exactly on the 90 mark, so we are taking it to be 90. And then again for customer service, it is on 70 mark, so we'll take it to be 70. So if we take a total for vendor 4, it is showing us to be 342. Okay, so only one vendor is left, which is vendor 2. So we'll start again by the cost. For vendor 2, cost shows around just above 80, so we'll take it to be 82. Next, reliability is just above 40, so we'll take it to be 41. After that, reach is just showing below 60, so we are taking it around to be 60. Quality shows it exactly on the 70 mark, so we are taking it to be 70. For features, it is showing to be 47, so we'll, like, it's just below 50, a few marks below 50, so we're taking it to be 47. And last, for customer service, it is just above 40, so we are taking it to be 42. So the total for vendor 2 is showing to be 340. Okay, so as we can easily see that vendor 3 has the highest score in our answer, hence it has the highest average score as well. So we'll be so our answer is option B. So guys, before we proceed, I would just like to tell you that there's an alternate way of doing this question as well, which is like by your observation skills. So as you can see, like for vendor 3, which is being represented by the black line, and for vendor 2, like all the points, like for cost, reliability, reach, quality, features, all the points are just below. I think apart from quality, all the points have less scores than vendor 3, so we don't need to calculate it for vendor 1, sorry, for vendor 2. Okay, so he gets eliminated by your observation skills itself, so you don't need to calculate all that. It saves you time in the question paper as well. Similarly, like for this kind of a diagram, the highest score will be the person having the highest area within the diagram. So then again, as you can see, if you just picture the black closed figure, it has the maximum figure just by your, if you just look at your observation skills. So this kind of tricks can save you a lot of time in the exam, but if you want to be sure, obviously this is the best way to do it. Okay, now proceeding to the next question. List of all vendors who are among the top 2 scorers on the maximum number of aspects is. Okay, so for this question, it's a pretty simple one. Let us just calculate the top 2 scorers for all the aspects. Okay, so for cost, vendor 3 and vendor 2. For reliability, it is showing to be vendor 3 and vendor 5. You can look at the arrows as they are coming up. For reach, it is vendor 5 and vendor 1. For quality, it is vendor 1 and vendor 2. For features, it is vendor 4 and vendor 5. And for customer service, it is vendor 4 and vendor 1. Okay, so these are all the top two scorers in all the aspects. So now if we just calculate from this data, vendor 1 and vendor 5 we can easily see are among the highest two scorers 3 times. Okay, and the rest 3 are in the highest two scorers only 2 times. Okay, so as the question, we can easily say that our answer is vendor 1 and vendor 5. They are the highest, then the highest two scorers the maximum number of time. Hence our option, hence our answer is option D. Okay, now to the last question. List all the vendors who are among the top 3 vendors on all 6 aspects. Okay, then again guys, there are 2 ways to solve this question. First, you see, just calculate from the diagram, like which all vendors are in the top 3 in all the aspects, or we can do it from elimination method as well. There are only 4 options. First is none of the vendors, second is vendor 1, option C is vendor 1 and vendor 3, and option D is vendor 3. So they only basically vendor 1 and vendor 3 is given us to the in the option. So if we can eliminate that, we automatically have the answer as option A. So we don't need to calculate it for vendor 2, 4 and 5. Okay, so let us proceed with the process of elimination. Okay, so for vendor 1, as we can see, these are all the arrows that are being pointed for vendor 1 location. So it has the third highest score for cost and reliability, highest score in reach and quality, second highest score in customer service, but it has the lowest score in features. As you can see from this arrow, it has the lowest score in features. Hence option B and C are eliminated as both of them have vendor 1 in them. Okay, now if we look at the vendor 3 arrows which have just come up, we can see that it has the highest score in cost and reliability, and the third highest score in reach, features, quality and customer service. And as vendor 3 is among the top 3 scorers in all the aspects, our answer will be option D, vendor 3 alone. Okay, so this is all about the set. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you so much for watching it.